Hope everyone's doing well. It is Thursday, so it's time for another vlog, and as it's May and short story month, I will be reading another one of my short stories. Now, both my children are at home because of lockdown, so we will see how well we do and whether we get through this without any massive screaming matches or interruptions. So, the short story I picked for you today is called Calorie Deficient, and it's from Tales from the Seaside. "You can't eat that, you're too fat," my friend whispered urgently at me, tugging my sleeve as I picked up a particularly delicious looking chocolate bar from the shelf in the local supermarket. "No, it's fine, don't worry." I smiled at her and continued browsing the aisle, looking at the various alluring packages tempting me. "I don't think you can get away with it, Ali. We didn't burn that many calories this morning, look." She shoved her wrist in my face, the K-burn interface seamlessly blending with her skin, showing a very small deficit in her calorie store. We all had an interface. Government required upgrades for everyone to keep track of the number of calories consumed versus the number of calories burned. It had been some think tank's brilliant brainwave for a smart tech generation. Make everyone track their own calories and enforce the burn with restrictions in supermarkets so you really couldn't eat more than you deserved. No more fat people, no more weight-related health issues. Ingenious, really. I wasn't worried. While Jen had been asleep, I'd done an hour on an internal treadmill we had embedded in our living room floor, and I'd been clenching my buttocks all day long. I'd worked really hard for this chocolate bar. Nothing was going to stop me today. That was the biggest fear when going food shopping, that you'd be declined at the till. The most embarrassing thing that could possibly happen. Most people just let their automatons do their shopping. After all, they carried out daily scans of their owners and knew what macro and micronutrients they needed. There was no need to actually visit the supermarkets yourself. To be honest, I was surprised that real food in supermarkets still existed. I think if the supermarket conglomerate hadn't been the funding behind the K-burn, the government would have tried to get rid of them, and we'd all be eating various coloured sludge like the astronauts. I mean, there aren't as many supermarkets as there used to be. With 90% of junk food removed from our food chain, there isn't much opportunity to get fat anymore, even without purchase restriction. It was just unfortunate that certain members of society clung onto their body mass more vehemently than others. Take me and Jen. We're the same sex, same age, and more or less the same height, yet she is skinny as a rake, whereas I borderline on the fat scale. I've had several warnings from K-burn head office informing me that I need to adjust my intake versus activity ratio. And I've been trying. My body just clings to this adipose. It's really not my fault. We're at the till now. Jen goes first. I wait to see what happens. All clear. Her credits are taken automatically as she passes through the scanner, and her shopping is bagged for her. Me next. I hold my breath as I walk through the scanner. Nothing happens for the longest moment. Then the alarm sounds. My worst nightmare. I'm too fat for my food. By 1 calorie. I hope you enjoyed that short story, and fingers crossed I'll be back again next week. Stay safe.